I just bought the Cyberpunk 2077 for the Switch 2, and the reason why I got this is because I wanted to see how the game runs on the Switch 2 in comparison to the F1 Pro OLED with the AMD AI HX370 chip. Now this F1 Pro OLED does have a 7-inch OLED display, whereas the Switch 2 has a 7.9 LCD display. So what I want to see is how does the game look and perform on these two handhelds. So on the HX370, I'm just going to check the settings real quick. I'm running the game at 720p. So as you can see, I'm using 720p, and if we go to graphic, I'm mostly using medium settings. Now the resolution scaling that I'm using is Intel XeSS, and the reason for this is because Intel XeSS, at least in this game, looks much better than FSR, and I'm using dynamic resolution scaling with a target FPS of 60. Ray tracing is of course off. Most of the settings are on medium. I have motion blur off. Contact shadows are off. And the rest of the settings are mostly medium, a few low. Frame generation is also off, as this will give us a more fair comparison. So let's see how the game plays. So now the game is, as you can see, I've got the FPS counter on the top here. It's running at a solid 60 FPS. It's very smooth. The colors are really sharp, even though it's 720p. I am using AMD Radeon's RIS, Radeon image sharpening, which sharpens the game, and basically it makes it look like it's running at 1080p. So it looks absolutely amazing on this device, considering it's an OLED display. It looks absolutely amazing. The colors are really rich and bright, and the resolution, it looks like it's running at 1080p, to be honest. Now the colors are a bit oversaturated, that's what you get with an OLED display. Yeah, so a rock solid 60 FPS. Really good experience on this Windows handheld. Let's see what it looks like on the Switch 2. If I go to settings, I am using HDR and I'm using the performance mode. The reason is because the performance mode gives you a little bit more FPS than quality mode. And to be honest with you, I was not expecting this. I was expecting the game to run like a blurry mess with low resolution, like 20 to 30 FPS, but I am so surprised. Wow, I'm shocked. This game is running absolutely like a dream come true. Even though I know this is not 60 FPS on the Switch 2, it actually feels like it is 60 FPS, because that's how smooth it is. Now the colors are not as bright as the one on the OLED display, but to be honest with you, it's good enough. And if you're not comparing them side by side, you won't be able to tell the difference. Also, the Switch 2 doesn't have an FPS counter, so you don't really know exactly what FPS this is running at. But to be honest with you, you don't need an FPS counter, because you just want to enjoy the game, and this game is buttery smooth. The resolution looks like it's actually higher than the Windows handheld. Anti-aliasing is amazing. I don't see any jagged edges, which I really hate. Yeah, this game is running absolutely amazingly on the Switch 2. much better than I thought. So there you go, guys. If you were wondering how this game looks on the Switch 2 in comparison to a Windows handheld such as the ROG Ally X or Lenovo Legion Go or the MSI Claw 8 or even the Steam Deck, what I can tell you is that you will not be disappointed with the Switch 2 edition of the Cyberpunk 2077. It's running much better than I expected. They've done a really good job porting this game over to the Switch 2. By the way, guys, I am running at 25 watts, as you can see on the Windows handheld, and this should be the max TDP you should use on any Windows handheld, because any more than 25 and you get diminishing returns, plus you get overheating and reduced battery life. So 25 should be the max, and at 25 watts, like I showed you guys, 60 FPS locked, so really good performance. But I have chosen to play this game on the Switch 2, and I'm thinking of selling the Windows handheld because the Switch 2 has really surprised me. It's a really portable device. I mean, it's so thin, so much thinner compared to the F1 Pro. I mean, look at that. It's like half or even less than half the thickness. Plus you got removable Joy-Cons, so you can, you know, take the screen out as a tablet, put it in your pocket. You can also just use the kickstand, put this on the table, remove the Joy-Cons, and you don't have to hold it in the hand like this. You can just keep the Switch on the table and you can just very comfortably use these like this. So yeah, guys, I will definitely be playing this game on the Switch 2 instead of the Windows handhelds. Another thing to keep in mind is that the Switch 2 costs about £400, and this handheld cost me about £1,400, and yet I prefer playing on the cheaper console. Not only does it have amazing removable Joy-Cons with motion controls and gyroscope, but you also get a 7.9-inch display on the Switch 2. So a bigger display, more features like HD rumble, removable Joy-Cons, a lighter handheld. Well, actually it might not be that much lighter than the F1 Pro, but considering the size, it's probably the lightest 7.9-inch handheld you can find in the market right now with this level of performance. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth gameplay comparison, or you want me to do a different game, do let me know in the comments below, and I will be doing the Switch 2 review in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.